After the age of 60, many people notice a troubling change, not just in appearance, but in strength, balance, and stamina. Everyday tasks begin to feel a bit harder. Climbing stairs, lifting groceries, even getting up from a chair might require more effort. What's happening? The answer is something called sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. It starts quietly but progresses steadily, often leading to frailty, poor mobility, and an increased risk of falls and fractures. In fact, after age 60, the average person loses up to 3% of their muscle mass every year. That's not just a number, it's the difference between feeling energetic and independent or weak and vulnerable. But here's the good news, muscle loss is not inevitable. It's not simply a part of aging you have to accept. With the right strategies, including targeted nutrition, you can slow down, stop, and even reverse muscle loss after 60. And that's where vitamins come in. Vitamins are more than just alphabet letters on supplement bottles. They're critical nutrients that support every function of the human body, and when it comes to muscles, they play key roles in everything from protein synthesis and cellular repair to energy metabolism and inflammation control. Yet, many seniors are deficient in these very nutrients, often without even realizing it. Today, we're going to uncover the 7 most essential vitamins for preserving and rebuilding muscle mass after 60. Each of these vitamins works in a unique way to protect your strength, energy, and independence. We'll explain how each one works, which symptoms may point to a deficiency, what foods are rich in these nutrients, and when supplements may be necessary. Whether you're already active or just starting to reclaim your health, understanding these vitamins is a powerful step toward stronger, healthier aging. Because the truth is this, you're never too old to build muscle. But your body needs the right tools to do it. So stay with us until the end of this video. These 7 vitamins could make the difference between struggling with daily tasks and living with confidence and strength, no matter your age. Let's begin with one of the most underrated, yet absolutely crucial, vitamins for muscle strength, immunity, and overall vitality, vitamin D. 1. Vitamin D, the muscle strength stabilizer. Vitamin D is often referred to as the sunshine vitamin, but its power goes far beyond sunlight and bone health. For seniors over 60, it plays a central role in preventing muscle loss, improving strength, and enhancing mobility. In fact, low levels of vitamin D are one of the most common and underdiagnosed causes of muscle weakness in older adults. Let's talk about what vitamin D actually does in the body. At its core, vitamin D helps regulate calcium and phosphorus absorption, which are both essential for muscle contraction and function. Without enough vitamin D, your muscles simply can't work efficiently. But that's just the beginning. Recent research has shown that vitamin D directly interacts with muscle receptors, helping to maintain the size and integrity of muscle fibers, especially type 2 fibers, which are responsible for quick, powerful movements like getting up from a chair or catching yourself if you stumble. What happens when your vitamin D levels drop? Seniors with low D levels often report fatigue, poor balance, slow recovery after activity, and increased risk of falls. Worse, studies show that chronic vitamin D deficiency is associated with greater loss of muscle mass and even a higher chance of being unable to perform basic daily tasks. The risks are serious, but thankfully, they're also reversible. So where does vitamin D come from? The primary source is sunlight. When ultraviolet rays hit your skin, your body produces vitamin D naturally. But as we age, this process becomes less efficient, and many seniors avoid sun exposure due to skin cancer concerns or limited mobility. That's why diet and supplements become essential. You can find vitamin D in fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, as well as in egg yolks and fortified foods such as milk, cereals, and orange juice. However, these foods often don't provide enough on their own. For many older adults, a vitamin D3 supplement, typically in the range of 1,000 to 2,000 IU per day, is needed to maintain healthy levels. Always check with a healthcare provider before starting supplements, especially if you take medications or have health conditions. One more tip: vitamin D works hand in hand with physical activity. Seniors who combine proper D levels with regular strength exercises, even light resistance bands or chair exercises, see significantly better results in muscle strength and function. In short, if you're serious about maintaining your independence and preventing muscle decline after 60, vitamin D isn't optional, it's essential. Up next is a vitamin that powers your red blood cells and fuels your energy: vitamin B12, the silent guardian of strength and stamina. 2. Vitamin B12, the silent guardian of strength and stamina. Vitamin B12 might not get as much attention as vitamin D, but when it comes to maintaining muscle strength and preventing fatigue, this nutrient is absolutely critical, especially after age 60. Why? Because B12 plays a central role in energy metabolism, nerve function, and red blood cell production. And without enough of it, your muscles suffer, even if you're eating enough protein or staying physically active. Let's look at what vitamin B12 actually does in your body. First, it's essential for the production of red blood cells, which carry oxygen to your muscles. When muscles don't get enough oxygen, they become tired, weak, and prone to cramps or injury. Second, B12 supports the health of the nervous system, helping maintain the communication pathways between your brain and muscles. Without it, your reflexes slow down, coordination weakens, and balance becomes more difficult, all of which increase the risk of falls. One of the biggest problems with B12 is that deficiency is extremely common among seniors, and it often goes unnoticed. Why? Because as we age, our stomach produces less stomach acid, which is needed to absorb B12 from food. Medications like proton pump inhibitors, often used for heartburn or acid reflux, can make this problem even worse. In fact, studies estimate that up to 20% of people over 60 may have low or borderline B12 levels, many without realizing it. Symptoms of B12 deficiency include chronic fatigue, numbness or tingling in hands and feet, poor balance, memory problems, depression, and, crucially, muscle weakness. If left untreated, it can lead to permanent nerve damage and accelerated muscle loss. So how do you make sure you're getting enough? Vitamin B12 is naturally found in animal-based foods such as meat, fish, poultry, eggs, and dairy products. But again, even if you eat these foods, your body may not absorb B12 efficiently. That's why many seniors benefit from B12 supplements, either in pill form or, for those with significant deficiency, via sublingual drops or even injections. The good news is that once B12 levels are restored, energy often returns, muscle strength improves, and balance becomes steadier. It's one of the few vitamins where results can be felt relatively quickly, often within weeks. If you feel like your energy has been slipping or your legs feel heavy and sluggish, ask your doctor about checking your B12 levels. It could be the missing piece in your fight against age-related muscle loss. Coming up next is a vitamin that helps your body actually build new muscle, and without it, your protein shakes might be going to waste. Let's talk about vitamin B6. 3. Vitamin B6, the protein processor that builds muscle. Vitamin B6 is often overshadowed by more famous nutrients, but for seniors trying to maintain or rebuild muscle after 60, this vitamin is an unsung hero. Why? Because without adequate B6, your body cannot properly process protein, and protein is the raw material your muscles need to grow and repair. Let's break this down. Every time you eat a high-protein meal, like eggs, chicken, fish, or legumes, your body relies on enzymes to break that protein down into amino acids. These amino acids are then used to repair muscle fibers, support metabolism, and build new tissue. Vitamin B6 is a critical coenzyme in this process. In fact, more than 100 enzyme reactions in your body depend on B6, most of them related to amino acid metabolism. In simple terms, even if you're eating enough protein, you won't get the full benefit without enough B6. But B6 does more than just help build muscle. It also supports brain and nerve health, which is essential for muscle coordination and reflexes. Seniors with low B6 levels may experience fatigue, irritability, confusion, and even nerve damage, all of which can interfere with physical activity and lead to faster muscle decline. So, how common is B6 deficiency in seniors? Unfortunately, quite common. As we age, absorption becomes less efficient, and some medications, especially those used for high blood pressure, arthritis, and diabetes, can deplete B6 levels further. Add to that a reduced appetite or limited diet, and many older adults are simply not getting enough. What are the best sources of B6? You'll find it in chicken, turkey, salmon, tuna, bananas, potatoes, spinach, and fortified cereals. It's found in both animal and plant foods, which makes it easier to include in most diets. Still, for seniors with absorption issues or low dietary intake, a B6 supplement, often combined with other B vitamins, may be necessary. The recommended daily amount for adults over 50 is about 1.5 milligrams, but your needs may be higher depending on your health and diet. One more benefit: B6 helps regulate homocysteine, an amino acid that, in high amounts, can increase the risk of heart disease and impair blood flow, including to your muscles. By keeping homocysteine in check, B6 supports healthy circulation, which is key to delivering oxygen and nutrients to working muscles. In short, if you want to get the most out of your protein intake, recover faster from exercise, and maintain strong, responsive muscles, don't overlook vitamin B6. Next, we'll turn to a vitamin that's known for immune health, but also plays a major role in muscle preservation and recovery. That's right, it's time to talk about vitamin C. For vitamin C, the recovery and repair specialist. When most people think of vitamin C, they picture orange juice, immunity, and cold prevention. But this powerhouse vitamin has another critical role, especially for seniors. It's essential for muscle recovery, tissue repair, and protection against age-related muscle breakdown. In fact, vitamin C may be one of the most underestimated defenders against sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass after 60. Let's explore why. First, vitamin C is a potent antioxidant, which means it helps fight oxidative stress, one of the silent culprits behind muscle damage as we age. Every time your body burns energy, especially during physical activity, it produces free radicals. In younger adults, these are easily neutralized. But with age, the body's antioxidant defense weakens, and damage builds up, damaging cells, slowing recovery, and accelerating muscle loss. Vitamin C helps to neutralize these free radicals and protect muscle fibers from damage. Second, and just as important, vitamin C is necessary for the production of collagen. Collagen is a protein that gives structure to your connective tissue, tendons, ligaments, and even the skin that holds everything together. Without adequate collagen, your joints feel stiff, your muscles recover more slowly, and your risk of injury increases. By supporting collagen production, vitamin C helps keep your muscular system resilient and responsive. But there's more. Vitamin C also helps the body absorb non-heme iron, the kind of iron found in plant-based foods. Why does that matter? Because iron is essential for producing hemoglobin, the molecule that carries oxygen in your blood. Without enough oxygen reaching your muscles, they tire quickly and lose endurance. In this way, vitamin C indirectly boosts energy and muscular stamina, making it easier to stay active. So, how do you get more of it? Fortunately, vitamin C is found in a wide variety of colorful fruits and vegetables. The best sources include oranges, strawberries, kiwi, bell peppers, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and tomatoes. Eating a variety of these foods every day can help you meet the recommended intake, which is about 75 to 90 milligrams per day for adults, though many experts recommend more for optimal health. Vitamin C supplements are also widely available and safe when taken in moderate doses. A 500 to 1000 mg supplement can be especially helpful for seniors with limited fruit and vegetable intake or increased oxidative stress due to chronic conditions. The takeaway? If you're over 60 and working to preserve your muscle mass, don't ignore vitamin C. It keeps your connective tissues strong, fights the inflammation that breaks down muscles, and helps your body repair itself faster, so you can stay active, strong, and injury-free. Next, we move on to a vitamin that directly stimulates muscle protein synthesis. One that's critical but often overlooked, vitamin E. 5. Vitamin E, the cellular shield that preserves muscle. Vitamin E is often labeled as a skin-friendly antioxidant, but its true power lies deep within your muscle cells. For seniors over 60, vitamin E is a vital nutrient for maintaining muscle strength, reducing inflammation, and protecting cells from age-related damage. If you're trying to stop or reverse muscle loss, vitamin E deserves a front-row seat in your nutrition plan. So, what exactly does vitamin E do in the context of muscle health? First and foremost, it's one of the most powerful fat-soluble antioxidants in your body. Muscles are metabolically active tissues that consume a lot of oxygen during movement, which naturally leads to the production of free radicals. These unstable molecules can damage muscle cell membranes, impair protein synthesis, and slow down recovery. Vitamin E stabilizes and protects those membranes, acting like a shield for muscle cells. This protection helps reduce oxidative stress, allowing muscles to function efficiently and regenerate more effectively after activity or injury. But vitamin E does more than guard your cells, it also helps modulate inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the major contributors to sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. When inflammation is left unchecked, it disrupts muscle-building pathways and increases protein breakdown. Vitamin E helps to calm this inflammatory response, especially in seniors with conditions like diabetes, arthritis, or cardiovascular disease, where inflammation is often elevated. Furthermore, recent research has revealed that vitamin E plays a key role in muscle regeneration. It helps activate satellite cells, the muscle stem cells responsible for repairing damaged muscle fibers and promoting new muscle growth. Without sufficient vitamin E, this regenerative process becomes sluggish, and muscles lose their ability to bounce back after stress. Now, where can you find vitamin E in your diet? The best sources include nuts and seeds, especially almonds, sunflower seeds, and hazelnuts, as well as avocados, spinach, broccoli, and vegetable oils like sunflower and safflower oil. But here's the catch. Many seniors eat diets low in these foods or avoid fats altogether, unintentionally reducing their vitamin E intake. The recommended daily amount of vitamin E for adults is 15 mg, 22.4 IU, but some researchers suggest that slightly higher intakes may provide better protection for older adults. If your diet is limited, a vitamin E supplement can be considered, but always consult with a healthcare provider, especially if you take blood thinners, since high doses of E can affect clotting. In summary, vitamin E acts like a security system for your muscles, protecting, repairing, and preventing decline. It's not just about looking good or aging gracefully, it's about keeping your body strong, mobile, and independent. Coming up next is a vitamin that works behind the scenes to balance electrolytes, improve muscle contraction, and support hydration. Let's talk about the often forgotten vitamin B1, also known as thiamine. 6. Vitamin B1, thiamine, the spark plug for muscle energy and coordination. Vitamin B1, also known as thiamine, is one of those essential nutrients that rarely makes headlines, yet without it, your muscles simply can't function properly. Especially after 60, when muscle mass and energy levels naturally decline, thiamine becomes critically important for muscle energy, coordination, and nerve function. So what exactly does thiamine do? In short, it acts like the spark plug of your body's engine. Thiamine is required to convert carbohydrates into usable energy, particularly in muscles and the brain. Every time you move, whether it's lifting a grocery bag, standing up from a chair, or going for a walk, your body relies on thiamine to fuel those movements. Without enough of it, muscles feel weak, tired, and unresponsive, even if you're eating a balanced diet. Thiamine also plays a key role in nerve transmission, especially in the connection between the brain and muscles. This is crucial for seniors, because poor neuromuscular coordination can lead to falls, unsteady gait, and slower reflexes. In fact, one of the earliest symptoms of thiamine deficiency is muscle weakness and nerve dysfunction, which can closely resemble symptoms of aging, but may actually be preventable with the right nutrition. Deficiency in thiamine is more common than most people think. Seniors are particularly vulnerable due to reduced absorption, low intake, and medications like diuretics and certain heart drugs that increase thiamine loss through urine. Additionally, conditions such as diabetes and chronic stress can further deplete thiamine levels. Some studies have even linked thiamine deficiency to chronic fatigue, poor appetite, and decreased muscle tone in older adults. Where can you find thiamine in your diet? Excellent sources include whole grains, brown rice, legumes, nuts, seeds, pork, and fortified cereals. However, with many seniors reducing carb intake or avoiding bread and grains, thiamine intake often falls below optimal levels. Alcohol use, even in moderate amounts, can also interfere with thiamine absorption. The recommended daily intake of thiamine for adults is about 1.1 mg for women and 1.2 mg for men. While that may sound like a small amount, it has a huge impact on your muscle strength and endurance. In some cases, especially when symptoms of fatigue or weakness persist, thiamine supplements can offer a safe and effective way to restore energy and coordination. In summary, thiamine might be invisible, but its effects are not. For seniors over 60, it's one of the most important tools to keep your muscles firing on all cylinders, maintain steady movement, and support a life of independence and vitality. Now, let's wrap up with a vitamin that's absolutely essential for muscle function, yet often deficient in older adults: vitamin K2. 7. Vitamin K2, the silent protector of muscle, bones, and blood flow. Vitamin K2 is one of the least understood, yet most critically important vitamins for seniors trying to stop muscle loss after 60. While its cousin, vitamin K1, is well known for its role in blood clotting, vitamin K2 goes far beyond that. It plays a vital role in keeping calcium in the right places, in your bones and muscles, and out of your arteries, where it can do serious harm. Why does this matter for muscle health? Let's start with circulation. As we age, calcium can begin to deposit in our arteries instead of staying in bones and soft tissues. This process, known as vascular calcification, leads to stiffened blood vessels and reduced blood flow. Muscles require a constant, rich supply of oxygen and nutrients, and when blood flow is compromised, muscles don't receive what they need to repair, grow, or even function properly. Vitamin K2 helps redirect calcium away from arteries and into bones, maintaining open blood vessels and supporting healthy circulation, which in turn keeps muscles nourished and energized. K2 also works closely with vitamin D3. While vitamin D helps absorb calcium from your diet, it's vitamin K2 that activates proteins like osteocalcin and matrix GLA protein, MGP, which guide calcium to the right destinations. Without enough K2, calcium can build up in the wrong places, contributing not only to stiff arteries, but also to muscle cramps, fatigue, and weakness. But the benefits don't stop there. Emerging research shows that vitamin K2 may play a direct role in mitochondrial function, the energy factories inside your cells. In other words, K2 may help boost the energy output of muscle cells, making every movement more efficient and less tiring. For seniors struggling with exercise or daily activity, that's a game changer. So, where can you find vitamin K2 in your diet? The best sources include fermented foods like natto, a Japanese soybean product, as well as hard cheeses, egg yolks, liver, and grass-fed meats. Unfortunately, most Western diets are very low in K2, especially in people who avoid fermented or organ foods. This makes deficiency surprisingly common and dangerous. The good news? K2 supplements are widely available, especially in the -7 Malawian kwacha's form, which stays in the body longer and is more effective for arterial and bone health. Typical doses range from 90 to 180 micrograms per day, and many are combined with vitamin D3 for maximum benefit. To sum it up, if you want to keep muscles supplied with oxygen-rich blood, prevent dangerous calcification, and support energy at the cellular level, vitamin K2 is non-negotiable. It's a quiet but powerful ally in the fight against muscle loss, frailty, and fatigue. Maintaining muscle mass and strength after the age of 60 is about much more than appearance. It's the foundation for staying active, independent, and enjoying a high quality of life. As we age, natural muscle loss, known as sarcopenia, can make everyday activities harder, increase the risk of falls, and reduce overall vitality. The good news is that certain vitamins play a crucial role in slowing down or even reversing this muscle decline. Throughout this video, we explored 7 essential vitamins: vitamin D, B12, B6, C, E, B1, thiamine, and K2, each with unique benefits that work together to protect your muscles, support repair, and boost energy. Vitamin D helps build and strengthen muscles, while B vitamins support nerve function, protein metabolism, and energy production. Vitamins C and E act as powerful antioxidants, shielding muscle cells from damage and promoting recovery. Thiamine fuels muscle contractions and coordination, and vitamin K2 ensures proper blood flow and calcium distribution, keeping muscles and bones healthy. Incorporating foods rich in these vitamins, such as fatty fish, lean meats, nuts, seeds, leafy greens, fruits, and fermented foods, into your daily diet is a great start. However, many seniors struggle to get enough of these nutrients due to dietary restrictions, absorption issues, or medications. That's why consulting with a healthcare professional about supplementation can be an important step toward maintaining muscle health. Remember, nutrition alone is not the whole picture. Regular physical activity, especially strength training and balance exercises, complement these vitamins perfectly to keep your muscles strong and your body agile. Together, they form a powerful strategy against muscle loss and frailty. Taking care of your muscles means taking care of your independence and quality of life. With the right vitamins, good nutrition, and active habits, you can continue living life fully, doing the activities you love, and staying strong for years to come. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and share it with friends or family who could benefit from this information. Your support helps us create more valuable content to help seniors live healthier, stronger lives. Stay healthy, stay active, and see you in the next video.